AI is using your emotions for engagement. My name is Florence Everdell, and thank you so much for joining me today. I want to talk about the epidemic of emotion baiting in AI. So before we get into all of that, I wanted to go back to 2023. Do you remember the Will Smith eating spaghetti video? If you don't, let me refresh your memory.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
The famous Will Smith eating spaghetti video. It was funny, not because it was literally Will Smith eating spaghetti or anything like that, because of how outlandish it was. I mean, you could tell that that wasn't real, right? His face is wrong. The spaghetti is weird. I mean, it's obvious. The vague shape of a famous figure that we all know, his face contorting and melting with giant mounds of spaghetti. But let's take a look at something a little more recent, and maybe together we could kind of spot the difference. That was 4 months ago. You noticed the difference, right? Because I did. AI in its infancy was once seen as like a silly little tool, something people played around with. Twitter post analyzers, Snapchat filters that turn you into some anime girl, a prompt to make a country song about something ridiculous. No one took it seriously. It was funny. It was unrealistic. It was easy to spot. In the blink of an eye, it changed. It rapidly switched from ridiculous to almost impossible to detect. Obviously, there are some tells when it comes to AI, but as it grows and as people tell it what to do and what to avoid, it will only get more and more harder to detect. And then what? And in such a small amount of time, from 2023 to 4 months ago, AI has made leaps and bounds and has become so hard to detect on our normal day-to-day life. The small details slip into the shadows, a constant cycle of scrolling where all the details go unnoticed. You leave a like, maybe you stick around long enough to comment, but you don't notice. Maybe a comment points it out for you, maybe nothing does. And then it worked. AI used your emotions for engagement and got away with it.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
How did you feel the first time you saw this video? It was cute. It was little adorable bunnies jumping on a trampoline, something man-made, interacting with something from our world, having fun, coming together as a little community for our enjoyment. If you've been on the internet for the last few months, you remember this going around. We were all surprised, alright? And don't pretend you weren't. Something we held close to our chest as something wholesome was fake. How did we not see the signs? No, we do see the signs. How did you not tell? Real or cake, fake or AI? It's so obvious, how did you not notice? Real or cake, fake or AI? It wasn't real? I can't believe it. I fell for it. Are you blind? It was obvious. It doesn't matter if everyone realized it was AI. You're still engaging. Despite it no longer being shared and liked and commented on as something cute, you've been rage baited and it is still working. Let's talk about one of the more recent AI videos I've seen come around recently that a lot of people were shocked by. I didn't personally see it until after it was sort of revealed as AI, but if I was scrolling on TikTok, like, just not really paying close into the close details, I would have missed this. Take a look at it.
And my husband. You okay?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. So, husband?
Works for me.
So one thing I feel like you could always tell us when it comes to AI is that the voices sound kind of weird. But like other than that, I mean, that could be written off so easily as like a bad mic, background noise. That is so realistic. It's not funny anymore. It's terrifying. It's confusing your older relatives. It's infecting children's content, manipulating their feelings and views, carefully curated by AI and whoever is controlling it behind them. When does it stop? Does it stop? When do we decide that enough is enough, and do we even have that power? And it's not just bunnies. It's not just fake romance stories to pull your heartstring. It's historical figures.
Sir, you still have to pay for the slushie.
My sister, I have a dream that one day this slushie will be free for all who thirst.
Sir, hey, sir, this isn't about dreams.
It's people with large platforms with such a strong identity in what they do that these people making these AI videos come out with something outlandish and out of character, that it's just going to cause people in their spaces to rage. And that could damage somebody's entire career.
Then you already know I am here for the gays, so we're doing the most extra rainbow glam ever. Primer down, full coverage foundation for that flawless base, packing pink, purple, and teal across the lid, blend baby blend, a pop of holographic.
And it's easy to write this off as something that is not damaging anyone, right? You could say it's funny. You could say it's entertaining and it doesn't hold any real value or it doesn't change anything in these people's lives, but it can. It does. Deepfakes, women being sexualized without their consent, the dangers of perfectly replicating children, gore hidden in AI minions, and fake influencers selling you their products with no real reviews. It's dangerous. It holds a real impact in our day-to-day lives, and it is going unregulated, some of the time unnoticed. How did that make you feel? Did it make you sad? Did it make you angry? Who would take their dog up on Mount Everest? Who would do something so irresponsible? And looking at the comments, it convinced a lot of people, and it made them angry. You could see here, I mean, this one's funny. You can't bring pets to Mount Everest, by the way. I love that. Please tell me this girl didn't bring a dog to climb Mount Everest with her. Who would take their dog to Mount Everest? This is beyond wrong. Downright selfish. These people having their emotions used against them for likes, comments, shares, engagement, and monetization. And like I said before, where does it stop? At what point is enough enough? Let's take a look at another one from Mount Everest. I feel like that's been sort of popular ever since that one woman came back from the death zone. Let's take another look at that.
Sister about 300 meters from the summit. She broke her leg and did not make it, but I knew she would have wanted me to summit.
I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Somebody left their sister behind on Mount Everest, and people are upset about it. I think a lot of people in these comments recognize that it's AI, right? But it doesn't matter if you recognize it as AI if you're still interacting. It moves past tugging on your heartstrings or something like that to make you engage, and it is rage baiting you. Let's take a look at some of these comments. AI. This is AI. AI is wrong for this. Good Lord, it's AI. It's all AI. You're still interacting. And it's understandable, right? We as people want to call these things out. We want to interact with things that we have an opinion on. That's why I'm here right now. And I'm not going to fault anyone for that. I just want to raise some sort of awareness that it doesn't matter your reaction, because this is their plan all along. And on top of that, I want to talk about a rising thing in AI that you might have seen recently, unless you've lived under a rock for the last few months, is AI ASMR. It's kind of weird, right? People like satisfying things. They like nice noises that make their brain tingle. They like watching satisfying things. And you know, I'm one of those people. I love mukbangs. But it is just so outlandish to me that people are using AI for everything. AI has become a crutch for people's day-to-day lives in such a short amount of time. ChatGPT for your schoolwork. There was that military officer, I believe I saw an article this morning. He used ChatGPT to make decisions for him, make military strategy decisions for him. If I could find a source for that, I will be putting it up on screen now. People telling ChatGPT that they're pregnant, people in relationships with ChatGPT. I mean, it has just become so prevalent and unescapable. I am worried about what that means for us. Let's watch some of this together.
Who called the doctor in? This blue jelly controller looks good.
One thing I want to say about AI mukbangs is, why is it always stretchy and slimy? Is it like the only texture AI can come up with? But we like nice sounds, we like funny things, and we like satisfying things. And that is just another way AI is being used against us for attention. And realistically, everyone wants attention in some form. I'm working towards being a content creator. I love attention. But I'm putting my heart and soul into this. What is AI putting into this? All it does is steal from creators, steal from artists, people who work hard at their job, people who spend years studying. It is all being dumbed down to some soulless robot.
I got bad bitches at the crib.
Where they at, though?
That was kind of funny, right? I can acknowledge that was funny. But I feel like it would just take such a low amount of effort to put some soul into it. I mean, it's a video of a pigeon. You could probably find several videos of pigeons online, add a little voice clip to it, and it would have been hilarious. It would have had heart in it. It would have had somebody putting in time and effort instead of some sad, empty AI version. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just think it's ridiculous. So not only is it your heartstrings, your emotions, your happiness, your rage, your sadness, it's also humor. I mean, it's everywhere. Unavoidable.
Your chicken's looking nice, pal.
Woo! Yo, he stole my chicken!
Got a Christy treasure, can't slow me down. Hot and golden, I'm out of this town. Move, Friday, victory.
I say to you today, my friends, I have a dream that Tung Sahara will get a low taper fade, and it will cost 6-7 barbershop headquarters.
It's not just silly little things, as I said before, but these historical figures who did, you hear my daughter in the background, it's these historical figures that did such important things for us as a collective humanity. MLK, a prominent civil rights activist, a political philosopher, and a leader of the civil rights movement. And here he is, being used as the butt of a joke. And we can make jokes, but I find it so distasteful of people to use not only important figures in our history, but people who have passed, like the Michael Jackson video. It is just so odd to me, and it just comes off as so disrespectful to just use their likeness and their history and what they did in the world as a joke, a punchline. It is growing at such an insane rate. And in ways that we never expected. When we saw the 2023 Will Smith eating spaghetti video, me specifically, I had no idea that it would grow so quickly. I mean, people were using, I can't remember what it was called, that little AI image generator that made, you put in a prompt and it would be something that was silly, and people used it all the time. And we didn't even really know that we were contributing to what it is today. And when will it become completely unnoticeable? When will all of our opinions and the things we consume, buy, the things we think be influenced by completely AI beings? That's crazy, right? 2 years, and it has evolved so much. And as someone in the artist community, it is daunting. In the VTubing community, you see it as a problem all the time. VTubing, not to go off on a completely unrelated rant, but to go off on a completely unrelated rant, the VTubing community is built on artists. Everything you see here, it's art. My model, Suika, the background, I'll put their Vijin on screen. The little pumpkin on my chest, I made that. And then you have people going in for a quick dollar, making AI models, AI art, selling it off as the real thing. You have people who don't want to pay artists, and instead of learning how to draw themselves, which is possible, I'm teaching myself currently, they use AI instead, and they get offensive. They get defensive when you point it out, as if art isn't such an important thing to humanity as a whole. There have always been artists. There have always been... Art is just the backbone of us as a society. In a way, right? It's so important. And it is just being consumed, stolen, and whatever word you want to use for it, by not only AI. AI is not the only problem here. It is these people who are using it like they don't owe anyone anything. And maybe you don't, but you owe artists and historical figures and people that have passed the right to not be used in these things. If you do not have their consent, you have no right to be doing these things, using their likeness, their art, their music, anything that you're doing. But these people just strip it away from them. and do it anyway. Oh, it's the internet. If you post it, anything can happen with it. Maybe you should just be a decent person. Have you tried doing that? It's actually pretty easy. I do it all the time. My issue with some of the way it's prevalent and some of the way that it's everywhere, like I said earlier, is with seniors and children. I have a 4-year-old. If you've hung around my streams, you've heard about her before. And she likes YouTube. I like YouTube. She loves shorts. And so often, it is just this AI slop curated towards kids. And it's there to cause a reaction. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have seen those AI cat videos of them going through stories, and there's often really upsetting moments, and that can really upset a child. Causes fear in children, especially if they are raised in a way that doesn't prepare them for those emotions. And on the topic of seniors, there's fake political things, lies about the LGBTQ plus community, what's happening in our world that just is there to make them angry. And I know I'm talking in circles, and I had comments in the last video that I talked in circles. So I'm just going to leave you off with AI is going to be hard to avoid. It is nearly impossible now, and I'm sure it'll only get harder as we go on. Maybe the best thing you could do is ignore it for your own mental health, for the people who are being affected by it, and maybe one by one, slowly we can. I doubt it. I doubt that we, as people, maybe we can never compete against the people who consume it and create it, and it is so much faster at creating content than people will ever be. I could probably make 5 AI videos in the time it would take me to make this one, but I value real human opinions, and I value things with real emotion and heart and attention put behind them, and I'm hoping you do too. So maybe give some extra love to the creators, the artists, just people who put their time and effort into things because they just love it, instead of this soulless crap. And that's what it is. It's crap. It's slop. It makes me angry. I don't like it, and that's why I'm talking about it today. And this video is kind of everywhere. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone so much for the love on my first real video. Like, I've posted stuff before, obviously. I've been a streamer for about 8 months, but I've always wanted to make YouTube videos. It got so much more views and comments and likes than I ever expected. I thought maybe it would get like 50 views. I put a lot of love and effort into that video. I really love that video. And it means so much to me that people liked it too and that it really resonated with them. Obviously, this one is a little bit of a different format. Since I'm new to this, I want to try different things to find what works best for me and for my viewers. So this is more of like a commentary version of something other than my video essay of the last video, but I still hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. I hope to see you for my next video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time with another one of my opinions that I spent so much time thinking about. I'll see you soon. Have a great day.